My name is Isabel Hutchins. I'm an undergraduate in the linguistics department. I'm a senior. My research is about Tagalog heritage speakers and their production and perception of primary stress. What made me decide to get involved in research is my personal experience as a native speaker. I'm a Filipino immigrant, and there are different biases and prejudices that I've heard or experienced when it comes to my fellow Filipino immigrants and my friend Filipino Americans because of the Filipino Americans language skill discrepancy. And so I wanted to investigate why is that happening, why we can't communicate, or why these prejudices exist between us. I found my research mentor through the opportunity that she provided. It was the fall 2022 or the summer 2022 Office of Undergraduate Research Program. And she said in phonology class, to go up to her and talk to her if we were interested. And one of my friends encouraged me to go up to her because can I be honest, it has reward money. So I was like, okay, I'll try. And I really like research. So I went up to my professor and I was like, hey, I'm interested. And then that was history. What I've learned about myself during this research and society in general is that even though there's a big Filipino community here in Los Angeles or Southern California in general, there are still mysteries in terms of language variation or cultural norms or just the view between native Filipinos and Filipino Americans and how it was perpetuated just by language identity. And honestly, I'm also part of the problem, including one of these prejudices, because I've been influenced. But as the more I go into this research, the more that I learn that a lot of Filipino Americans do want to learn Tagalog and want to connect with their family or their friends that do speak or understand this language. I believe that CSUDH students should seek more research opportunities because a lot of them who don't go through the research experience or research programs that we provide here feel kind of regret in not taking those opportunities because they just go through their 2-year experience or their 4-year experience, like how my friend was talking to me because I invited her to watch my presentation. And then she said that I didn't even know this was provided to us. So I was like, oh, you should have talked to your professor and see. And she's like, yeah, I kind of regret not going. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. So I hope that more of our students go forth and be more proactive because research is really fun. I really prefer it than just writing essays all the time or I don't know, just working group work and stuff because it's so the research out there that you read and have done is so mind-opening and it really makes you connect to other people outside of DH. My faculty mentor supported me by telling me to stay on top of my due dates, just keep checking up on me with all of my work because she too is a procrastinator and she has academic anxiety that she can relate to. And so sometimes I'm afraid and telling her this is what I'm doing, current updates, because she's just so on top of just making me accountable for the things. And I really appreciate that she always checks up on me because I know outside of DH or outside of the undergraduate level, not a lot of mentors do that to their mentees. So I just really appreciate the work that she does for me. My research experience impacted my overall academic experience for a lot of ways. Can I be honest? Stress. And it kind of increased my imposter syndrome because I'm part of the Mays undergraduate program and a lot of us go through imposter syndrome and burnout. So in conducting experimental research that I do, it's just like making me think, like, what do I really want to do for the future? Because I don't really think far ahead. So it's just that, do I really want to continue doing this? Like, I'm so tired and burnt out. But at the end of the day, the more that I do research, or the more that I increase my experience, the more I just have fun with it. Like, I really, really like the work that I do. And I really, really want to contribute to expanding the study, the Tagalog study, the heritage speaker study. So yeah, just made me like find a new goal in my academic career. My advice for students who are trying to think of getting into research is, first of all, talk to a professor or faculty that you can trust with like taking you for accountable for the things you do. And second, to come up with a really solid research topic. Because the more specific it is, or the more narrower it is, the more it will be helpful for you to try to, like solve that problem that you created for yourself. Because most of the time, I'm a tutor, so I help people who are going into research try to narrow down their vague or like general research question or topic so that they can find the specific literature or references that they need for their project. Maybe that research is fun, and try not to connect yourself to your research work as much, because you're going to receive a lot of feedback and criticism, and you could take a hit, like a personal hit, but like just think that, oh, it's just my work. Like, it's not me. They're not judging me. It's just my work. And be more accepting to feedback.